גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, לי לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, חג שמח, חג שמח, יאללה לה 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 לה, חג שמח, חג שמח, לילה לה 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 לה, שירו 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 חג שמח, לילה לה 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 לה, שירו 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 חג שמח, לילה לה 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 לה, חג שמח, חג שמח, יאללה לה 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 לה, חג שמח, חג שמח, יאללה לה 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 לה, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת, 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 שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת, 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 שבת שלום, שבת, 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 שבת שלום, שבת, 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 שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת, 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 שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת, 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 שבת שלום. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is to be with my brothers, how good it is to be with my sisters, how good it is to be with my family, how good it is to be with community. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is to be with Temple Aliyah. How good it is to be with my family. How good it is to be with all the pets in my house. How good it is to be with everyone. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach. Chazan Stein, thank you for getting us started in such a wonderful way. I don't know how you're all feeling about Pesach. If you're enjoying it or not. We've got some feedback, Chazan Stein. Is that
somebody has their
all right?
I don't know where it's coming from.
I don't know. I think we're okay now. Boy, it's I think like for me, I love Pesach. I love the special foods of the Seder. I love matzah for a while, but I feel like the last day or two of Passover, I think it's kind of like what maybe women feel about that 9th month of pregnancy. Like, do you really need it? Like, I'm not sure. Like, I know we're supposed to go through an experience, especially the 7th day. Maybe it's just the 7th. Maybe it's that 8th day that in diaspora, right? That we have the extra day. But I sort of like I can smell the pizza right about now. And you all know what I mean about that. It's just such a pleasure to see everybody that's on screen. I want to just acknowledge the family with the wacky hats theme for Shabbat. Yes, Rasmus is always nice. I don't even know what the theme of your Shabbat dinner was, but very nice. Kudos to you and enjoy. Oh my goodness. You know, the service at Chaz is actually different tonight, isn't it? When we have a Chag, we actually don't do part of the Kabbalat Shabbat. And so we're going to be some of the prayers that people might be used to hearing. We're not going to do tonight, but we're going to begin with Mizmor Shir. We're in the Lev Shalem prayer book, page 27. But Chaz, you're going to share with us on the screen anyway, I think, right?
Yes, that's right. Can you see okay, everybody?
We're good.
All right, good. And you see this motif here is very beautiful. You see the harp, which we sing about in this piece. Mizmor shir liyom haShabbat, tov lahodot l'Adonai. Mizmor shir liyom haShabbat, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Sing a song of Shabbat. It's good to sing God's praise. Sing a song of Shabbat. Exalted is God's name. Morning and evening. V'nevel v'chinor. On the strings of the harp, we sing to the Lord. Sing Mizmor Shir liyom haShabbat, tov lahodot l'Adonai. Mizmor Shir liyom haShabbat, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tzaddik Tamar yifrach, the righteous flourish like a palm. Standing right, standing tall, like a cedar in Lebanon. Morning and evening, v'nevel v'chinor. On the strings of the harp, we sing to the Lord. Morning and evening, v'nevel v'chinor. On the strings of the harp, we sing to the Lord.
I like how people are sharing in their comments how much matzah they have left. Chaz, I don't know if you're following that, how many boxes they have left. But if you're finishing like a whole packet of matzah, all those boxes, all I'm saying is you've maybe you could visit the doctor or something. That's a lot of matzah. Anyway, we're going to continue. We're going to continue our service with Baruch Hu, the official call to prayer, page 39a. We rise together.
My son wrote a great song called Matzah Cha Cha Cha. So you might be cha cha chaing. I don't know. Yai la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Lai 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 Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamivorach Baruch Adonai Hamivorach, Hamivorach, Leolam Va'ed. Hamivorach, Hamivorach, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach, Leolam Va'ed. Lai la lai 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 la lai 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 la lai 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 la lai 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 lai.
We're going to continue, maybe seated. We're going to continue with Kihem Hayenu. By the way, Clarissa, if you want to get ready, if you have your Siddur, you want to lead us in Shman Behafta? All right, if you have it there, you can, all right, you can go get the Siddur. You'll lead us in just a moment as we, Kihem Hayenu, page 40.
Kihem Hayenu, ve'orech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam balai. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגה יומם בלילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגה יומם בלילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגה יומם בלילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגה יומם בלילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגה יומם בלילה.
Shema, which you will find on page 41. I invite you to close your eyes for these first 6 words of oneness of God with life of the universe, as Clarissa will lead us in the Shema and Behafta.
There you go. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווה היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך וחיו לטוטפות בעיניך ופטפתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
We're going to continue humans and dogs alike, in whatever version of the Shema V'Ahavta that you're continuing with. Continue silently, and we'll get to the concluding words of Laman Tizkaru in just a second. Omer. Of course, we'll continue with Laman Tizkaru.
Laman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim l'Eloheihem. Wait. Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hotzeti Edhem Be'eretz Mitzrayim L'hiot lahem l'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Amen.
Asher Koach, always a pleasure. Doesn't that feel good to finish? It's been a while. I know you're a regular, but it's so nice to hear the praying and everybody leading. We're going to continue with our service. Mi Chamocha, page 44.
Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha Nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilo, Osefele, Malchutecha ra'u v'anecha bokeh, Yayam lifnei Moshe, Ze Eli anu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל Yisrael.
Page 45, we're going to continue Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'ha'amidenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'ha'amidenu malkeinu lechayim. Ushmor tzeiteinu Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim.
The Shamru speaks of the covenant Brit Olam, right? That Shabbat represents that manifestation of covenant that we can experience every week, the Brit between us and God So you'll find the Shamru, page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We continue with וידבר משה. וידבר משה את מועדי אדוני אל בני ישראל.
Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חילון וביומך ובחיי לכל בית ישראל. בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קרים ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעלם לעלמי עלמיה. יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל. שמי דקודשה ברכו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן ביעלמה ואמרו amen.
The Amidah begins page 306, and this will be for Pesach, for the holiday of Passover, and additions for Shabbat as well. So we're going to invite you to rise. We'll begin with Adonai Tzvatai, our usual Kavanah meditation to begin. Then you'll continue silently. Hazan Stein will give us a little bit of background music just to inspire our souls as we open up our hearts in prayer as we begin together Adonai Tzvatai.
Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Sotai Tifta. Na 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 Ufi Yagi. Ufi Yagi Teilate Echa. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Sotai Tifta. Na 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 Ufi Yagi. Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Na 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 Ananana sotai tita. Ananana ufiagi. Ufiagi tehilate. Oh, say shalom bimrama. Ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
I was watching the other day. Have you ever watched Penn and Teller? The magicians, and they're amazing, right? Fool me, and the idea that all magic is all about seeing but not seeing. Right? Isn't that right? It's there, it's in front of you, but you see, but you can't see. Seeing has so much to do with how our brain processes things. And it's reflected as well, by the way, in the Torah, which I always tell you is one of the most amazing books of psychology, psychoanalysis, of human understanding. And the Torah continually talks about things that we see and what does it mean. So, for example, the 10 plagues, it says that Pharaoh saw the 10 plagues. Now, by the way, did it really change his heart or his mind? No, right? He kept hardening his heart. And eventually, of course, it says God hardened his heart. And those of us that studied these words struggle with it. And we understand the words of the rabbis who say that, once you have hardened your heart so many times, right, it feels as if it's being hardened by an external force, even by something like God. So Pharaoh saw, but did he really believe? Did he really feel it or not? And remember that the magicians tried to, repeat and to replicate the early miracles of what people saw. Right? They saw the serpent, the staff turn into the serpent. Right? They saw the water turn into blood. And so it was about seeing things. And then we get to this week's Torah reading. If you don't know, because we talk about this a lot, it's the seventh day. And so we're going to be reading about the passing through the Sea of Reeds, which happened on the seventh day after the Exodus. That's what I do love about Passover. We're reliving the whole chronology, not just the Seder night, but through the seventh day. And it says, and it's so amazing, it says in the text, I'm gonna read it to you actually. Thus the Lord delivered Israel that day from the Egyptians. Israel saw the Egyptians dead on the shore of the sea. And when Israel saw the wondrous power which the Lord had yielded against the Egyptians, the people feared the Lord. They had faith in the Lord. Right? Seeing led to belief. Isn't that interesting? They saw it, and only because they could see it. Because we usually, I mean, isn't it true you say, if I can't see it, I don't believe it. And unless you can really see something. And by the way, on the other frame, right, the other side, you can't always believe what you see, which is part of that magic. You can't trust sometimes your eyes, and yet we understand what our eyes and seeing mean to us. By the way, at Mount Sinai, those of you who know this story, some of you out there have read it many times, right? Mr. Epstein, and the story, right, of things that and they heard, right, the voice of God, but what does it focus on? What they saw. They saw the mountaintop. And in fact, it says there that they saw, when it says, and you saw what I said from God. You saw what I said. Isn't that interesting language, right? You expected, you heard what I said. But the word you saw, that somehow the experience was such that it wasn't just about hearing, but it's actually that seeing was manifest, and they believed, and that it affected their own experience. The idea of seeing becomes part of our lives and part of the experience. What do we call somebody who really has a sense of understanding of the future? Right? Don't we call them visionary? What does it mean, visionary? Right? We don't use any other sense. Right? We don't say that they're, what would be the auditory? Right? You know, we don't say any other sense, but we talk about visionary. Why is that? Because we understand that sometimes you have to be able to see beyond and to see what other people actually can't see. And how many of you out there are able to see when something is like a blank canvas? For example, some people can walk into a home or to see something, right? And then and you have this, or a backyard, and you go, oh, I can see what this can be. Right? How many of you have that ability? You can look at something and imagine what it might be. Right? Raise your hands out there. Right? And some of you are shaking your head and going, absolutely not. Some of you are yes, but others of you are going like, there's no way. I just don't have that kind of imagination or vision to be able to experience it like that. And so when we come to Pesach, we talk about being able to have seen the plagues, to experience and to have seen the water. By the way, it focuses that they saw, right, Bob, that the waters had divided. It's about seeing again. And the question becomes, what can we see? How visionary can we be in terms of a world that reflects the values of Pesach, that reflects the values that all people can be equal? Now, can we really see, Martin Luther King Jr. dreamt of a world in which, right, you could have people that were judged by the content of their heart rather than the color of their skin. But can we really see that? What happens when people see somebody in the color of their skin and already decide things about them? What happens when you look at somebody, you've already made up your mind about what they are? Even though seeing is important, being able to see beyond what we see sometimes is so much more important. To be able to see the depths of individuals, not judge all people with the same broad stroke. Whether you're, by the way, in politics and conservative and liberal, I've spoken about this before, right? We tend to believe the other side, oh, we know everything that they believe in. It's not true. We've got to be able to see deeper than that. Passover is challenging us to see those waters, to see the hope, to be able to pass through, and then to be able to believe. That's what I love about this story. We're going to read it tomorrow. By the way, when we join Shomer Torah Synagogue, and we're just thrilled to be able to join with them tomorrow. Some of us might be in person. I'll be there, Hazan Stein in person. Some of you may be there with us. Others will be by live streaming. We look forward to sharing with you. We're going to continue. Chaz, are we going to count the Omer? Is that what we're doing right now?
I think that's a good idea.
All right, so let's do this. You're going to be able to find it if you want. If you're in a Siddur, the Eitz Chaim is on page 63. And as a hint, I will tell you that last night we celebrated the 5th night. Is that correct, Chaz?
That's right, but I need some help in counting. I mean, I hope to stay there.
Okay, well, we'll
fingers or something.
Hopefully, it's not too many yet. But good. First, the blessing. And by the way, the mitzvah here, you shall count from the eve of the 2nd day of Pesach, when an omer of grain is to be brought as an offering. 7 complete weeks, the day after the 7th week of your counting will make 50 days. Of course, that will be Shavuot. Those of you who wish to stand, you may do so at this time.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al seferat ha'omer Hayom yom shishi yamim la'omer.
Tonight begins the 6th day of the Omer. We're going to continue, those of you, if you're standing, that's great. If you want to join us for Aleinu, you can rise as well, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב יקרו שמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומי הוא אלוהינו אינו אמת מלכנו אפס סולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשב אותה אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד על כן נכוון לך אדוני אלוהינו לראות מהר תפארת עזך והאוויר גילויים ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמן והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
You may be seated. Mourner's Kaddish, this moment of memory, of reflection, of holding on to our past in order to inspire us for the future. That's what it is about, to remember the people that we're about to acknowledge now. And so it is at this time that we're going to acknowledge the yortzites of the following individuals. On this Shabbat, remember the yortzites of Sarah Levin, Joyce Hazelcorn, Ronald Sabin, Dorothy Rapkin, Georgia Manus, Victoria Bazbaz, Jeanette Cosby, Max Blank, Harry Kalkin, Carla Woodard, Judd Beckoff, Albert Bernhard, Edward Tuckman, Ethel Golan, Fern Wixel, Samuel Slotnick, Leo Oretsky, Saul Marks, Stephen Colton, Catherine Skluth, Sam Tutchin, Reuben Perlman, Lillian Gittleson, Reuben Perlman, Malcolm Schatz, Cy Birnbaum, Diane Purchase, Lillian Baker, Sylvia Goldstein, Sandra Greenspoon, Irving Gilbert, Leah Schnittman, Sandra Greenspoon, Frida Feinberg, William Olshan, Samuel Lichter, Daniel Schachter, Bernard Wool, Seymour Kudovitsky, Avraham Gorbachinsky, Rona Gross, George Feidelberg, Isabel Handberg, Frank Goldsmith, Louis Ginniger, Sidney Samuels, and Lindsay Samuels. We're also mindful and saddened by the recent passing of Cy Ivar, husband of Enid Ivar. The Ivars were long-time congregants, joined 1968, and we mourn the passing of Cy. We also mourn the passing of Audrey Bone, the sister of Barbara and Robert Fields. And our condolences also to the Harwin family, the passing of Chuck Fisher, the father-in-law of Jessica Harwin Fisher. So to all those who are reciting the Mourner's Kaddish, I invite you to rise. You'll find the Mourner's Kaddish on page 58. Those of you who are on the Zoom with us, if you wish to unmute and so we can hear you won't be shown on screen, by the way, if that's ever your worry. It'll just be, we've made it so that it'll remain on me. So if you want to unmute to be able to recite these words of Kaddish, we can all be heard together. Page 58, Mourner's Kaddish. Together we join. Yit Gadal ve'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Amen. Be'alma tivrach chirutei, be'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'mechon, b'chayei b'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv yimeru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah v'borach be'olam u'mei u'mayim. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitpa'ar, Yitromam, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shemei Dekudesha, Brit, Le'ela, Mikol, Dirchata, Shirata, Tushchata, Benechmata, Damiran, Be'alma, Vimeru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah, Borach, Be'olam, Be'olam. Yehei Shlama Rabba Mishma V'Chayim Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael V'Meru Amen. Sorry. Oseh Shalom B'Ramav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael V'Meru Amen. My confusion, let me say, those who remember this moment, may their memories always be a blessing, and may God who establishes peace in the heavens grant peace and harmony for us, for all of Israel, and all of humanity. We say Amen. We have some announcements for you. By the way, those of you who are unmuted, if you can mute yourselves again, greatly appreciate. Tomorrow morning, as I mentioned, you're going to join us for Shabbat with and Pesach with Shomer Torah Synagogue, 10 o'clock. Remember, it's a little bit earlier than our usual time. We'll also have service on Sunday beginning at 10 a.m., 8th day of Passover, and Yisker at 11:45. We're going to be doing Yisker by Zoom. for all of you, those of you who want. It's really nice to see everybody there. We just mentioned who we're remembering. If you want to be on screen, if you don't, you can still see everybody else. But remember, the first part of the service will be on live streaming on Sunday, and then we're going to ask you all to move on to Zoom with us 11:45 for Yisker. Wednesday night, Yom HaShoah. We're going to gather together as a community, and you can watch it on live stream. And you can light that yellow candle that is provided by Men's Club. It's a very important ritual for Yom HaShoah, and we're grateful for Men's Club every year for making it possible for this mitzvah. And if you want to acknowledge it by returning the envelope with a little donation from Men's Club, that's also always appreciated as well. Our fundraiser this year, right? Aliyah Grand Prix. We hope that you will all participate, whether you are building a car, whether you're making a car, whether you are going to just support a car and to, if you will, to help provide some, if you will, sponsorship and events. There's so many ways to be involved and to be helpful and to help us raise money. This is our main fundraiser without an official gala. So we hope, go to aliyahrolls.com, or if you go to our website, you'll find on the front as well. Finished cars are due back by April 12th. All right, Clarissa, are you good at your dad and you? Probably, I guess you could make a great car. I can't wait to see what you come up with. All right, is your brother going to do one also or no? No, just you. All right. I can't wait to see it then. I can't wait. And we're always here for you, by the way. You can send us emails. We're going to have a plan, by the way. We're starting to think about getting back into the sanctuary on Shabbat and for service and other things. We have lots of b'nai mitzvah. Things seem to be changing. We're working on it, right? We're coming back. Right? We're going to be back together, and we're looking forward to working on that. And we have Men's Club Shabbat, not on my list, but that's coming up the following week, right? Not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. And it's going to be a hybrid. We're going to have actually some of Men's Club people will be there, some on Zoom. And I see Bob Epstein, who's helping to organize it. And we have others, and Jerry and all your Men's Club people. We're looking forward to sharing with you as well. Chazan-san, there's a lot of announcements. What would you like? How should we finish this wonderful service?
Well, I'm thinking about if we turn to page 211 for Adon Olam, and we sing it to Dayenu. It's enough already. Okay.
Amen.
Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'et nasa v'chefzo kol azay melech shemo nikra ve'acharei tichlot hakol levado yimloch nora vehu haya vehu hoveh vehu yiyeh b'tifara vehu echad v'yein sheni lahamshilo lahachmira b'li reshit b'li tachlif lo ha'oz v'hamisra vehu eli b'chai go'ali v'tzur chevli v'tishan v'a'ira ekra v'yado akidruchi v'tishan v'a'ira v'imruchi geviyati Adonai li v'lo ira lay 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom.
Shalom and